The power of two. I don't
And now there's two.
know. Oh,
Hold
there
on,
will be records broken tonight.
Yes, there will. Highest
Ah.
score of any TV show ever.
Oh, there'll be a score, right?
Yeah. Also, for Raspor, hey Elvin, what did you watch this weekend?
Oh, I forgot to watch it.
God damn it.
I totally forgot. I was actually gonna watch it today. But you know what happened? Something came out on Tuesday and it just destroyed my week.
So then watch something good.
I did. A Dark Mirror was good. It cleansed the palate. Oh, I really forgot to watch. You know what? I need a reminder. I think I need a reminder.
What do you call this then?
I think somebody needs to remind me every day until I do it.
All right.
Everybody send me a DM every day.
Spam Elvin until he watches
until
that
I do
goddamn
it.
movie.
I am so sorry, guys. I said I was gonna do it, and oh man, it's just
We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
Plus, the weather was nice for a change, and I wanted to go outside and do things.
Yeah,
we've been hit with like weeks of showers, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to get out and hang out with my dog and cool stuff.
That's fair. That's valid.
But apparently the rain's coming back this weekend, so there's hope still.
Oh, you lied to us.
I did not.
On Monday, you said you watched it.
I let you guys down. I apologize. You know what? I'm gonna give you guys a giveaways. All the Acolyte figures you can handle.
Oh, goody gumdrops. I would like to have those.
Darth wants these Acolyte figures, right, Darth? I'm gonna hook you up, buddy. Are you not entertained?
Not anymore.
Oh boy, this is just amazing. Guess what, people? Amazing? Guess what? I have the entire episode for us to go through, video clip by video clip.
Oh, good.
I've got it. That is how important this episode is, that I had to get a friend to help me out and get the entire episode that we can clip through. I mean, we can play it, we'll get copyright. I don't care if we don't get demonetized. Who cares?
Yeah.
At this point.
Disney's not making money off this show.
Everybody is losing money here.
Yep.
It says been waiting for underneath you. What have you been waiting for?
Huh?
Look at the thumbnail.
Oh. I don't know.
And there's a creepy guy looking between us.
Just like
that's a one-eye creep look. You're getting doubles now.
You're gonna army build them.
Yeah. I got a bunch of witches. Yeah. Anyways, let's go this week in Hollywood. You want to do some guessing games here?
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, by the way, we should mention Chris is not here.
Who?
Chris was so disgusted with the episode. He's like, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
No, Chris is had to do grown-up things. He had to work. So he's not here, but he'll be back next week. So he can catch up on all the great things that Acolyte has to offer us.
Yep.
Okay, let's do some birthdays. It is Chris Evans' birthday today. Captain America, America's ass.
It's America's ass.
How old is Chris Evans?
42.
How old is it? People, don't cheat, people.
42.
Guess the number. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds here. Chris Evans, how old is he? Captain America. I actually bumped into him at the airport. He was doing Fantastic Four filming at the airport.
Ooh.
He was a nobody then, but he was still a nice guy. So nobody's guessing? Okay, you said 42. He is actually 43.
Balls. He was 42.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So close. All right. Next birthdays are they're the same because they're twins. Not these twins. Actual twins.
Oh.
I don't know if they're great people either. Ashley Olsen and Mary Kate Olsen.
That's the first time.
Whoa, you cut off. I didn't hear you.
How about now?
Yes, you're good now.
All right. I said that's the first time anyone's ever said Ashley first.
Oh, they always say Mary Kate and Ashley.
Not
Is that
Ashley,
is that brand or something that I'm supposed to be aware of?
huh?
I know they have a purse line. Is that how they named themselves, the purse line?
No, just like actor, like they've all them as a pair, like in Full House and everything. It was always, and when they were like in the tabloids and having,
Okay.
You've never heard that?
I think I did. I don't care.
Mary Kate and
I'm
Ashley.
not a
That
big
was just
fan of them because I heard about their practices in China about making purses, where
wait, that's what pissed you off about them?
well, they actually were caught being okayed with skinning animals alive
Oh,
for their purses. That's something that came out a while back, and they covered it up real well. Money covers up things, right? So
yeah.
that's when I said, okay, well, you're no longer Full House girls. You're a piece of shits. So yeah. Anyways, it's their birthday. How old do you think they are?
44.
They are 38.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else ARX got it right.
Yeah.
Okay. Tim Allen.
Speaking of pieces of shit.
What happened to this guy, man? What happened to this guy?
The same thing that happens.
Everybody liked him in Home Improvement. He was a comedian, and then he was Santa Claus. He was great in that one. I like that movie.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened. Maybe old age,
drugs.
I mean,
money. What do you mean? What happened?
I mean,
not probably.
The writing was in the wall.
He went to jail.
How old is this amazing Canadian comedian, by the way?
He's Canadian? Oh God. 52.
It says here, look at this. How old you said?
52.
That's it. So here's the thing. It says Canadian comedian, Home Improvement, jingle all the way. Born in Denver, Colorado. So he's a Canadian citizen then?
Yeah, I guess.
Why would he? Okay, whatever. Anyways, we don't.
My dad was born in East LA.
Send him back.
He's Canadian.
Send him back. You said 52?
Sure.
He's 71.
Okay, yeah. I haven't seen him. Nobody's paid attention to him since he was 52.
Okay, let's do another one here. 1 second. Let's do everyone's favorite actor.
Well, thanks, Andrew.
Huh? What?
New sub.
Hello, Andrew.
You a fighter pilot? Or do you just really like Top Gun?
Hey, either way, he's cool.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Happy birthday to Peter Dinklage. If you don't know who he is, Game of Thrones, Small People. Very talented. Very talented.
D4.
Oh, he's 55.
Damn it, he was 54.
You're close twice. ARX says 56. Oh, so close too.
Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday to let's do Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder is like, okay, if you were to get older, you're Gene Wilder.
All right. If I'm up to get older,
when you get older, you're Gene Wilder, because this looks like you. The picture that they have the shot looks like you aged, but you aged pretty good.
Do you know who looks like a young Gene Wilder?
Who?
The main guy from The Bear. He should have played Willy Wonka.
Oh my God.
Chalamet.
100%.
Whatever. Actually, yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Actually, he went for Halloween. He went as a young Frankenstein.
He says, nah, Bob character in TG Mav hilarious.
Nice.
Gene Wilder, how old is he? Well, how old was he?
Yeah, because he definitely died. I'm gonna say he'd be 79.
Well, he died in he was born in 1933, died in 2016. Let's 30s. Do some math.
So he'd be 89.
Let's
or just, 1.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know whichever way.
What is it here? 83.
All right. Yeah, 208. You nailed it. Whoops, wrong button. Yeah. There you get a little clap.
We got new buttons?
Oh, I've got tons of buttons.
Nice.
These are my home buttons.
Happy birthday to Bill Burr. How old is Bill Burr?
Bill Burr is 57.
Are you a fan of Bill Burr?
I love Bill Burr.
Okay.
I didn't like Bill Burr until I thought he was like the same kind of what's that one dude's name who's an asshole? Bill Maher. I thought his comedy was like similar to that. And then when he was in The Mandalorian, and I was like, man, this guy's badass. And then I started watching him, and then I started listening to his podcast. It's like, oh no, he's funny as dicks. Okay.
Wait,
he's my type.
You didn't know about, like, you didn't watch Bill Burr stuff before Mandalorian?
No.
Oh man. Okay.
Because I always just put him like as just a grumpy old dude. But then I was my type of grumpy old dude. Okay.
He has a giant room full of swear jars in his house.
Huh?
He has a giant room full of swear jars because this guy loves to swear. He's a Bostonian.
Yeah, he's from Boston, and he made Boston canon in Star Wars.
There you go. How old do you think he is?
I said a number and I forget it already. 56, 57.
He is 56. When you said I was just gonna cut you off, then you just change your mind. I'm like, oh no.
I think I said 58 to begin with anyway, so I got closer.
A personal favor of mine that does things to my bits. Happy birthday to Elizabeth Hurley. How old do you think this beautiful woman is?
52.
59.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I haven't seen a most recent picture of her. I wonder if she's aged quite a bit or not. Okay, let's do some events. You ready? Oh, I'll do one more.
Okay.
Brother of James Franco, Dave Franco, his birthday. How old is he?
Dave Franco, he's 39.
Bam, you got it. Finally. All right. Events. Let's do some events here. Okay, let's do on this week in Hollywood, The Amazing Spider-Man, directed by Mark Webb, starring Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, premiered at the Tokyo Film Festival in 2012.
Ooh. Wait, Mark Webb?
Yeah.
That's a
I know. Yeah. 2012, man. That feels a long time ago, man.
12 years ago, yeah.
Ooh. In 2000, Samuel L. Jackson is honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I love this guy, man. This guy is awesome. He just
took him long enough.
How many movies do you think he did? Over 80, probably?
Sam Jackson? How many? Yeah.
I'm gonna guess over 80 movies in some capacity, whether voicing or
at least 157.
Holy smokes! That's a lot of movies. Wow, that's crazy. This week in Hollywood, in 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark premiered.
Small little indie film.
Yeah, tiny little one. Shot in the dark.
Yeah.
By a couple of maybe known directors, George Lucas and Spielberg.
Who?
Yeah, just fartings on the wind. In 1997, this week in Hollywood, Batman and Robin, starring George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Chris O'Donnell premiered. Did you like that movie?
The best Batman. Hell yeah.
What does Arnold say? It's such a corny line.
You need to chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all. Isn't that the one where they had like the techno hockey bladers? Dude, that movie was bitching. Like, as much as people love to hate on it, like, you watch that now, it's a fun ass time. Like, it's a fun movie.
Acid on.
Hell yeah.
This week in 2000, X-Men, the first film based on the comic book series, came out. Patrick Stewart, Hugh Jackman, Ian McKellen premiered. So, yeah, I mean, I had mixed, reaction to it because it went away from the comic book stuff and went to all black outfits.
Sure.
But but Hugh Jackman, who I didn't think was going to be a good Wolverine because he was way too tall and everybody was complaining about him, turned out to be
the best.
The best
He is
thing
just
ever.
is Wolverine now.
Yeah, like to envision somebody else. I mean, right now I'm thinking, what's his name, Zac Efron, as a Wolverine. But
Sure.
I mean, I've seen him jacked in that movie that he did last year, and he is shorter and he's got that wildy hair that he could do.
But it would be too close. It would be trying. I feel it'd be trying to do a Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, maybe. In 2007, Transformers, directed by Michael Bay, starring Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox. Who would have thought?
And then they had the best Linkin Park outro at the end, which has been memed over. I face myself. Yep. So many memes.
Who would have thought? I never thought I would say this, but I thought the only reason I'd watch that movie is because of Megan Fox. I never thought when I watched the Transformers movie itself that she would be the only reason to come back to it 20 years from now or 15 years from now. Yeah. Oh man, that movie was just god awful.
It was fun in the theater. It was
because the hype is there, right? You get to hear the voice of Optimus Prime is back,
you get robot fights and explosions and speakers that are bigger than your face.
In 2010, Toy Story 3 came out.
Oof.
Tom Hanks and Tim Allen in there. Oh, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you just gotta take a box of Kleenex with you every time.
Toy Story
comes out. It's just like perpetual crying. So that is this week in Hollywood. That was a lot of stuff. A lot of big stuff happened, man. Ooh, a lot of big birthdays, big events happened. We do this every week. So next week we'll do another round of the stuff and we'll do some guessing games. One of these days we might have we might have a trivia or something. We combine some of this stuff together. We'll do something cool. But it's nice to get all this information. So yeah.
You did it.
All right. Shall we get into the painful?
All right. I want to say a few good things to start off with because we're going to just shit on this episode the entire time.
Take it away, my friend.
So I just want to say a couple good things.
Sounds good.
So the opening scenes where it's the Zabrak lady and we're kind of getting the flashback, the origin story of the sisters, the twins.
Mm-hmm.
And Brendock, sure, whatever. That's a name. And it's
has this ever been the name ever been talked about?
I don't know.
Never heard of it, right?
No.
Okay.
There's like the stone things where it's like kind of like the witch. Okay, so anyway, having like a witch coven on this planet, it's like okay, and it's like headed by a Zabrak, and it's like okay, there were a lot of Zabraks in the Witches of Dathomir, so maybe she's like a descendant or whatever of that. And I was like, all right, this is a cool idea, cool theory.
You're being optimistic, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, this makes sense canonically. It's just like, all right, cool. She grew up in a witch coven, and all right, cool. And that's about it all. And I like whenever we see a Zabrak that isn't Darth Maul and just always like black and red face paint and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's all I can think of right now.
Okay, so the movie starts off visiting this planet where you just mentioned is the sort of a hiding or a retreat of this covenant group of witches, which never been canon to Star Wars. Nothing. It's brand new.
That's not true.
This coven witches?
Oh, this coven? No.
No. I know there's been witches out there. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this one. This group in particular.
Yeah.
This is the first time we're being introduced to these guys.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, girls. Somebody might take offense to that. So
No.
I know. I just said it anyways. So we have these twins. Problem is, they're not twins. They don't look alike.
They do. They have the same nose. They're actually twins in real life.
No, but here's the thing.
What?
You can have twins that don't look the same. Yes.
Yeah.
But the show is portraying them as identical twins.
Yeah.
So what
Close enough.
They couldn't find
I don't know.
twins. Like, it's these little things that just drives me nuts. Of $180 million budget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're getting paid $180 million, you have 4 years, you need to nail this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There should be no excuses for not to kill it.
Yeah.
You got the resources and the time, right? So, in case compare the two, Dune cost $190 million. Dune 2. It will only cost $10 million more than this show.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got the girls playing in the woods, and this is who you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
You're saying there are plenty of full of these, and yeah, and you're right. They're littered probably everywhere. Sure. She's mad. They're like, hey, there are consequences for you being in the woods here playing. Okay, so they were told to, like, it's gotta go back. Safety. Cool. Hey, hey, if you're in hiding or you're worried about your group of people being slaughtered or something, then I understand this. Get back into the fortress or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then you have creepy Squid Games Jedi right there.
Yeah.
Looking at really, really creepy. Do Jedis do this? Do they sneak up on people? I mean, they're Jedi, right? Everybody in the universe, the galaxy, knows who they are.
I mean, they're pretty much just portraying them as shitty cops in this, which I have a joke later on, but
sorry, go ahead. You're saying
they're trying to paint the Jedi in this show as they're the bad guy, which, I mean, they turn into the bad guy anyway, so it makes sense.
So this was really weird because I would have liked to see him just standing in the woods coming towards them, and then she'd see the mother sees him and says, "Get out of here, let's go. These guys, we don't like these people." Okay, I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody likes the Jedi, right? So I'm okay with her doing that. But he just, like, creeping around, and just like, this is not representation.
Why
of
is he
Jedis.
skulking?
Yeah. Okay, so nitpicking here, right? So we'll move forward here. So you've got this giant, like, this is a lot of architectural engineering feat to make this.
Or it's like a crashed ship. Because it does look like it's pretty run down. Like if their ship crashed in a mountain. And then they're
but how would the shell of the ship embed itself like that? Wouldn't it explode on impact?
I don't know.
Let's give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say it's a ship, which would be pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It's upside down inside the cave. And
I liked how the moons looked. That's cool.
It's the title Acolyte, right? Has that 2 crescent moons, right? So
yeah.
So this is where I guess the title and the birth of this story begins.
Sure.
Right? Which leads to my next issue. This should have been episode 1. I would have liked to see the backstory, in my opinion. I think I would have liked to see the backstory of this fold out. Then we get into the I mean, you can have flashbacks.
Yeah. Right? I'm trying to think. Well, that's the least of my problems. Like, just the
I know.
pacing wise.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
I don't even care.
My friend, let's have the appetizer first, and then we'll hit the main course. But do you not feel that maybe this could have been a good first episode to introduce us to the family?
I liked the first 2 episodes. I genuinely enjoyed the first 2 episodes. There was mystery, there was intrigue, there was some cool characters, cool combat, and I was like, all right, this is gonna be fun. And then this episode, it was just like, oh, you're stupid. Oh, okay, cool, got it.
Okay, so we get inside. Does this not look like a CW or like? Do you remember that old show with Kevin Sorbo, Hercules? Doesn't this look like the set from Hercules or something?
Kinda, yeah.
With people with raggedy clothes working with pots, and they have little shacks and selling little artifacts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
it does not look like $180 million budget.
No.
It looks like a CW, like,
Yeah, it's just
look
kind
at
of
this. It's
meh.
just so bad.
Yeah. Like the lighting is just, yeah, I don't know. Again, the first 2 episodes, like, sure, it was kind of small and cramped, but like at least it looked right. It looked real.
ARX says, had they started with this episode, it would have bombed immediately. Well, it did bomb. I mean, it was 27% from the 10,000 plus audience score.
I don't really take much weight in reviewing or review scores of a TV show until the TV show is fully out.
I mean, hey, that's fine. That's your thing. I just look at it as when the number is that low, there's some ounce of truth to it.
Yeah, spice creams. Like, are you? Hold on, where's my button? Are you fucking stupid?
We're gonna order spice creams to the office one day.
Okay, and you're gonna get me an Uber home because I'm gonna be blasted out of my mind.
We're gonna call all these ice cream shops nearby and ask if anybody's selling us spice. We should do it on air. Call them, all these ice cream places, and say, "Do you have spice cream?" And
they'll probably
you'll have to hit the bleep button a lot of times because
they'll probably just give us like nutmeg ice cream, and then we'll all be happy.
Allergic reaction to everybody. As a Rotten Tomato score of never trust the critics. What's
Hook? Well, is that critics or is that audience? Yeah, no, we never look at the critics score.
Screw the critics. No, don't ever look at these morons. They get paid.
They're always just paid. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Ignore the critics. Don't ever look at that. That
I'm pretty sure they gave Willow above 50% score.
That ship sailed long time ago.
Yeah.
But now that score from 27 after this episode dropped has gone down to 19%.
Yeah.
Yikes. I don't think I've seen a lower score for a Star Wars TV show.
No.
19. I've seen low scores, don't get me wrong, but 19.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, Kiwi. Like, I'd be blasted out my mind because it would just be heroin ice cream.
Anyways,
one of these kids are so stupid.
Okay, one thing you reminded me of saying something right now. These 2 young actors do not deserve the hate that people are doing on social media to them.
No, they're doing great.
I have zero issues with them as trying to act and learn the craft because they're young kids. Are they good? Are they good? No, they're not good.
They're pretty good. They're doing fine.
I'm not trying to bash on them because the people that should be blamed are the writers and the directors putting them into the situation.
I like how you said plural. There was one. There's one person to blame for this show. Maybe 1.5.
So to them, I do not want to give hate towards these 2 young ladies. They're trying to learn the craft. Acting is not easy, and especially it's a lot harder when you're a kid and learning this stuff. I hope that they grow up and become better at their craft. And
I think it was just poor direction.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they were put in a situation where it looked really bad. Right. So I hope they grow up and kill it in Hollywood and do a lot better and maybe stay away from Star Wars IPs.
Yeah. Just be like the Olsen twins, but not shitty.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So mom is upset. They're at the area here, you guys. And then badass mom comes.
I like her character design.
Yeah. She's straight out of Naboo.
Yeah.
Africa. So she shows up. My sweet girl. Hey, nothing wrong. Mom's showing love to their kids.
Here's some heroin biscuits. Go run and play.
Stop it.
It's spice cream. That's what they wanted.
Stop. Anyways, so she's like, meet me in the common room. So they have a common room. Okay, cool. All right. And then other mother comes. Now, everyone online is calling them space lesbians. I don't care.
That's
just the lazy way.
There's when you in space too,
when you say stuff like that, you automatically piss off the other side.
You just piss off normal people because then it's just like it's a completely superfluous comment. And it's just like, yeah, there's gay people in space. Anyway. Oh, you froze. They got to him. Either that or my internet just died. No, I think my internet's fine. And he has control over that. So anyway.
How am I now?
I can hear you.
I can see you.
And there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the computer crashed. Or not computer crashed. I think when I said that, the internet cops came and stopped me. What I was saying was, the minute you say things like that, although some of them do loosely say it as a joke, the minute you say stuff like that, the community automatically shuns you and stops listening to you. So if the idea is for you to reach out to people of the community and hear your thoughts, hear your point of view, try not to be condescending when approaching this show and this episode, because there are people online that I saw from both sides of the coin, if you want to call it that.
Were there people who liked this show, this episode?
Yeah, so I went out on the social media cesspool of it and looked for broad opinions from everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I did find people who liked this episode. Then I asked them why.
Yeah.
I immediately didn't get any response at all. Maybe because of nobody cared. Who knows? But when I went down the list of responses, all I got was it was beautiful, it was brave. I didn't get actual evidence as to why the show was good. I got a couple of things here and there that they cherry picked and said, okay, this is why. But overall, I never got an overall score from anybody. And this is people from the community or people who liked it. From the other side of this, I did get scores. I did get a lot of reasoning as to why they didn't like it.
Yeah.
So that was where I'm kind of like, okay, if you like it, give us reasons. I want to hear them. I genuinely do want to hear them so that I can look at it and say, okay, that makes sense. Or you know what? They're right. And maybe my understanding will be, more elaborated.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't get that, unfortunately. So that kind of irked me, because I would have loved to hear from someone's opinion of why they liked it.
Yeah.
So anyways, fast forwarding this, I thought genuinely they were gonna kiss here, but I guess Disney's not brave enough. So don't know.
Show the hot people kiss, Disney. Come on.
If you're gonna go in all the way, buddy.
Yeah.
So anyways,
you don't have the thing up anymore.
Yeah, I think I'm getting blocked from doing it.
Right? Oh.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. They don't like me using this, maybe the interwebs. Okay. Anyway, so here is the biggest, in my opinion, one of the biggest problems I have with this episode. Okay, and I want your opinion on this. Okay. So let me just set the scene here.
Yeah.
So she's in this common area, and the girls are there. She is obviously the head of the witches, the covenant. So she is talking about the thread. She's saying some call it the force. But here we call it the thread. I don't know what Leslie was thinking when she decided to change all that. If you already know it's called the force and they're going to say it's called the force, why change it to a thread? Why alienate the small group of people that are still following your show? Because a lot of them have already jumped off from episode 1 and 2. Why double down and say, you know what? We're going to do it even more. We're going to go even more and change that word force to thread and throw in another terminology in there. I don't understand. Let me hear your point before I go for any further.
So this part I actually liked. And canonically makes sense because again, like the Mother Talzin and the Witches of Dathomir, they use the force like dark magic kind of thing. And they're not necessarily force wielders, they're dark magic wielders, and they are using the force, but it's different in their religion, we'll call it. But like, I mean, it's like anyway, so like they kind of, the thread thing is something that they used, the Witches of Dathomir used to kind of be clairvoyant, because they're just pulling on threads, and in their belief, time and events in time aren't, they're already kind of set in stone and predestined. So like they just follow the thread because something is already supposed to happen. So they can just see the future by reading these threads. So this part, I mean, canonically makes sense. Like if they're a subsect of a witch, the witches of Dathomir or something like that, then
They're
yeah,
not
they're
though.
just
They're not.
well, we don't know that they aren't because there are
That's
100 years difference. So this
but
is still like a witch coven that then later could become or is again
isn't
because there's a Zabrak on there. There were a bunch of Zabrak on Dathomir. So I'm saying that like
okay. So
we don't
how?
know.
Let me ask you this. Then.
Yeah.
How old is the knight's sister?
Uh,
What's it again? Sorry,
no
knights.
idea.
Because if they are older than this covenant, then that theory is out the window.
No, but if there's different you can have different Catholic churches across the world, and they all think the same thing.
I don't know if they all think the same thing.
Banished. So they were banished to the planet around 600 years before the Battle of Yavin.
Yeah. So I don't. That theory's out the window on this one. This is a brand new. I don't think they're related to them at all.
I'm saying that they're tangentially related.
But here,
they aren't the Jedi. They are a witch coven. Therefore,
so here's the thing, though. This is why this is such a piss poor show. Is that you made a good point there? But the thing is, that point is not given to us at all in any whatsoever form. No hint, nothing.
No.
All they do is had to that Dathomir. Was that her? What's her name?
No, just the Night Sisters.
The one with the pointy.
Mother Talza.
Mother Talza. All she had to do was drop one line.
Oh, and this I don't remember her name. I don't remember anyone's name.
But I'm just saying, like all she had to do was drop one line, and all of that is negated. All of the maybe not. Oh, they are a subset.
Well, they kind. I mean,
no, they're not.
They kind of do explain it, and I think it would be too much. Like trying to do a callback or member berries where if they started talking about like the Night Sisters or whatever, they're just a witch coven. We've seen witch covens before in Star Wars,
but we have never seen one where they've changed and said
they never talked about the Force. No witch coven ever did.
because the source writers knew how important that is to not change.
They're not changing it. They just call it something else. They're saying that the Jedi are wielding the Force. I mean, this confrontation is absolutely stupid because then she goes, "Oh, and you can't use it for."
I was going to get to that, yeah.
For aggression or combat, and then she proceeds to immediately use it.
Yes. So,
to fight someone.
What I'm saying is, she does say some call it the Force. She does link the two as the same.
Sure.
So my thing is, why even put that in there and call it a thread? Just leave it as the Force.
Because the witches use threads.
It just sounds so dumb.
Well, we saw it in Ahsoka too. Like they use the threads and stuff.
They didn't say thread.
Yeah. That's how they found
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
They were pulling on threads and shit.
Pulling on threads is not this thread. Their imagination
and that's how they found the three witches and found I'm trying to you're making me remember another show
you brought it up, not me. You brought it up. Okay. Anyways, the dumbest part is, yeah, you're right. I was just gonna get to that. Is she's like, but we cannot wield it. No one can wield it. Literally, not 20 minutes. Not 20 minutes later. 20 seconds later.
Yep.
She does a Hadouken right there. Hadouken, which is all over the internet now. Everyone's doing the Hadouken sound effect. And she basically says the power of one. Then she tells another two people to come, and she does it to them. And I'm going, wait, so what is the point of this again?
I don't know, strength in numbers.
But they were still thrown back.
Kind of, but then she's superpower. I don't know.
I just love the rolling of the eyes from you. I love it.
I have no idea
what
it was meant.
I'm relishing in the moment, Justin.
Why? I want things to be good.
No, I told you it's not going to be good. Anyway,
so gives a shit when you say I want something to be good. It's not and I told you when it becomes to be bad.
So here's the crazy part. This is a loving mother. She goes, guys, keep it quiet. No, you're not going to keep it quiet. I'm going to throw you guys back, right? You're not going to listen. I'm going to throw you guys back into the brick steps that you might snap your head in.
Yeah, well,
that's just great parenting right there.
If they die, I guess they weren't strong enough.
You didn't pass the test.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far we're off to a horrendous start. So that's great. Then you have I can't remember them. May and O'Shea, I guess,
Yeah,
right? That's
May and
their names?
Osha.
Osha? Okay, I thought
Osha.
it was okay. One is saying I don't want to do this, the other one's saying I want to, and then the mother's like, well, you have to.
Yeah.
It's the way of life.
Yeah.
And we're forced it down your throat. Brother.
Brother.
I don't know. Do I want to continue with this? Do you want to carry on, or I'll just move the slideshow and you can
Yeah, just keep going. Who cares about this? They do a pep talk. One doesn't want to, then nobody cares. And then they're gonna do their commencement ceremony, and then one's still like, I don't want to, and then they talk more. And
Okay.
then this was
This was so
whatever.
cringe. It was so cringe, dude.
I liked the
Horrible.
line because it almost kind of went back to the Sith. The Sith code. And they've touched on that before. But anyway, we can skip this. This is stupid.
Somebody in the going,
yeah, whatever.
it looked like they're hanging out of Wakanda for a second.
Yeah.
We had this. It was so cringe, so bad. Oh my god!
Some ceremony thing.
Again, CW background and
just using the volume. Yeah, just skip ahead to the part where the Jedi.
I don't want to do
up.
this, Mama. She
doesn't want to. She doesn't want to be a witch.
Listen,
who cares?
You're gonna do what I tell you to do.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead to the. So then the space cops show up.
Our boy who drank the vial is right there.
Yeah. And we can see how he aged 17 years and now is 57 years old.
He's a Jedi Master. He's a Jedi Master.
The stress of whatever the hell happened, which is arguably nothing at this place, just ate away at him, and then his body just rejected everything. All right, skip ahead more to.
Well, hold on. This part is where she is mad at them and saying that you guys are bad people. You kidnap kids.
Yeah, they do, and they are.
But there's a reason why they take them at a young age, though, right?
Yeah, so they can groom them.
No, not necessarily. So the reason why it's explained in the books is they are not then tempted by the dark side at a young age. They can actually train them because not everybody is a Jedi. Well, now that's out the window. So everyone can be a Jedi now. But when the actual Lucas lore was intact, there are certain kids who are born with this midichlorian and they have the ability. So the Jedi would go and seek the galaxy and find them and bring them at a young age to train them so they would not fall to the dark side because it is such a powerful thing to wield.
Yeah, and then they also, the younger they are, they would have less attachment to their parents, and then attachment grows to whatever. And then this dumbass right here, he's like, "Hey, kid, do you want to be a space cop? Here, do you want to hold my gun?" Like, what the fuck was he thinking?
Imagine she actually turns it on and blows a hole right through his head.
Yeah. He's like, "Hey, kid, want one of the most powerful weapons in the universe? Here, hold it."
Oh my god. I saw that. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen on a show. And then
anyways. Yeah, go ahead.
And then they say no, they say piss off, and then skip ahead to where the two sisters fight.
Well, no, let's talk about this.
What?
So she
what do they talk about?
No. She goes and what does she do? She gets that the guy who drank the vial. She zombifies him.
Oh yeah, because she can't use the force in combat or whatever to hurt people, and then she immediately just hurts people with it.
Oh my god!
So
the guy the kid. He's a kid. He's a Padawan. He did absolutely nothing. Didn't say a word, and she goes and possesses him and almost kills the guy.
So it's not guilt that made him go into the vow of silence or whatever. It's whatever she did to fuck up his brain, because she clearly gave him an aneurysm and almost killed him. Sent him to like the ethereal plane. He saw some shit and was just like, I need to not talk or think for 10 years now. So really, it's her mom's fault.
Yeah, they so in the show, this episode, they do ask, do you want to go?
Yeah.
They're not grabbing and snatching the kids away from them. Right? But the mother is like so aggressively saying that these guys are bad people, that you should not go to them. But the daughter's like, I want to go and I want to check this out. I want to explore the galaxy. And the
she does
mother's
the
just
Luke Skywalker thing.
Yeah, they're like, no, you don't know these people. They're horrible people.
Yeah.
Anyways, where did you want me to stop?
To
this part right here. I carried them.
I do not.
I
And now Anakin isn't special, and they've done this before.
Okay, so I got two things to say on this. Anakin isn't special. Okay, you know what? Times have passed. Maybe we need to move on and have some other special stuff happen. Right?
Sure.
I can get behind that logic too, but I don't know anything about what they're doing here. They have a purple mist coming to someone's head, making some sign here. I know nothing about this whole lore that they've decided to throw upon us.
No, yeah.
I'm intrigued and I want to know more. So give me more before you throw this at me.
Just like they're info dumping about shit that we don't know or care about. And like, if you take the liner notes and the story beats that we have seen so far, I would be like, that sounds super cool. All right, there's this murder mystery. Someone's killing Jedi because of something that happened 17 years ago. And then there's a flashback where we see that how this actually happened, and then it didn't actually die. And then the Jedi that were there, it was this traumatic thing. And now they're all like, and it's like Kill Bill. And I was like, that sounds cool. And then in this, it's just like, oh, you're not going to explain anything? And you're just going to assume I know, but you're asking me to trust you that everything's cool? But I don't know that it is. So
it's really hard for a lot of people to be okay with them magically creating a child in this lore. It has nothing to do with real life. We're not talking about real life here. No. We're talking about science fiction here. When you say, oh, I'm going to create something out of thin air in this lore, you better have a deep explanation for it, because it connects all the movies and TV shows, past and future now.
Yeah.
You cannot just create living flesh like that and then be okay with it and say, no big deal.
Yeah.
And people on the internet are taking this literally as real life. And they're like, how dare you say that two women cannot... No.
God, just shut up.
I do not care about that. I care about you explaining now this to me in the future movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that? You had your chance to do it here and you didn't do it.
No, they're just like, we made a baby. We made twins. Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm yelling because I'm very passionate about it. I apologize. I'm not yelling.
Don't apologize.
No,
yell
I'm gonna
more.
apologize because I'm not that type of person. I'm just very passionate about it. I'll put my mic away a little bit further here. I'll turn the volume down too.
No, don't you dare.
It just, man, it's just so frustrating that someone can just come along and just take a giant dump and say, you're going to love it. And if you don't love it, you're a bigot, you're a toxic person. I want to love it, but you cannot just do these kind of game-changing, drops and be okay with it.
You have to give me a reason to love it.
All right. We got grandma here. So
yeah,
grandma...
who gives a shit? This old lady just went, look out for bad people. Yeah, so then they fight. Now, what do you see when you look in the cave that they live in?
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Made of stone.
Well, we'll talk about it. Let's go to the Jedi part here. So they go and they agree to let her go and get the testing done and all that stuff, right?
Oh yeah, then they come
but before they go, they're telling the mom is telling the daughters, lie, okay? Not to save yourselves, just lie because I'm telling you to lie.
Sure.
Lie. Okay, so
she doesn't trust the Jedi, but why? Why doesn't the mom trust the Jedi?
But again,
give us that backstory.
Again, here, they're not going to snatch their kids away from them. So if they tell the truth, the mother's like, I don't care if they passed your test or not. They're my kids, and I don't want you to take them.
And they are in the Outer Rim. They're not in Republic space, so they don't.
Thank you.
They're not beholden to the laws of the Jedi, which is a conversation that they had because they were like, "Hey, you're violating a couple laws," and she's just like, "Bitch, I don't live in your town. Piss off."
So, anyways, Wookiee's here. Wookiee's like, I don't want to be anything part of this. I'm gonna be out here fixing stuff, which is like a typical dad, when the
Yeah.
mom is yelling at the kids. Dad's
Piss
like,
off. I'm fixing the
I'm gonna be
bike.
downstairs. I got things to fix.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't know
gonna
what
hit
they're
my
talking. I never
motorcycle with a
do
hammer
that.
for an hour.
I never do that when my wife's giving my kids lectures.
I
Anyway,
gotta go replace the headlight fluid.
yeah, that plumbing thing needs to be fixed. So anyways, they go inside. Maybe
Corbin.
maybe he injected her with some of that spice cream, and that's why she's mad at him.
No. So okay, I have a theory.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
But no, at the end of what this episode was supposed to happen, or how this episode was supposed to happen, and then they just flubbed it. Because like obviously everyone dies, and her sister burns the place down because they use, I don't know, gasoline as a sealant for their paint or something. And they're actually all painted walls made of 100% alcohol. So it just falls down and lights on fire like paper mache. And is
that a Pokemon? Did they find a Pokemon?
No, that's a Loth cat.
Yeah, damn it.
I mean, it's a Pokemon, whatever.
Squid Game's Jedi.
Okay, I don't know if they did like CG or
no. He actually looks like that when they put makeup on him.
Because
I've seen him with makeup and without makeup.
Yeah, he looks young. It looked like the age difference. The only thing that didn't match was the voice, because he just sounded like an old Korean dude. But then now he's a young Korean dude, and it's like, wait, were you that gruff and grovelly when you were in your 20s? Okay, maybe.
It'd be awesome if they had in the background just subtle noise in the background. Whoop 'em Gundam style.
Whoop.
Whoop, whoop. So anyway, so they do a test, and they obviously, I mean, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, she lies.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, I don't blame them, the acting, but it was not good. It was very cringy. I just hope they don't get I mean, they are probably right now, and I pray that they get therapy and protection, because you saw what happened to the young kid who played Anakin.
Yeah. I think
he was bullied a lot, and that was pre-social media days, right?
Yeah, but at least there's two of them, so now it splits it in half.
You're not helping.
You're not half as bad. No, I'm pretty sure most people are going to be.
I hope that they have
people
around them to protect these kids. I really do. I genuinely don't want anything bad to happen to these kids.
No.
Okay, so yeah, they say, "Are you lying? You are lying about your powers."
So then they lie. She gets
this
mad.
guy just, at this point,
Wookiee's just like, shit, I gotta fix this too.
This guy is not fixing shit there. He's just standing there, not even want to be anywhere near it. That thing is already fixed. That was fixed last week.
Oh god, I gotta. Oh no.
You went on the ground and kicked it. And
oops, it fell over. I gotta fix this.
The dude's got a blowtorch. What are you doing with the blowtorch, bro?
I'm just putting some coloration on the top, so it looks cool.
He is the highlight of this show.
That swoop like design is cool.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
Asma's definitely gonna make a figure with that, with the Wookiee on it. That'd be dope.
That'd be sick.
I will buy that.
Oh yeah,
that's the only thing I'll buy from the Acolytes. And
maybe the Sith guy. I think his design might be cool once we see it.
So here's your V-shaped crater.
Yeah, they live in a vagina. They live in a.
I do like that back shot though. That is a cool back shot.
Yep.
Right.
Phrasing.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. So then they get in a fight. Yeah. Just skip ahead. I don't give a shit about all the dialogue. It was dumb.
So she basically cries to make a kid feel terrible. This is such a cringe and hopeless garbage moment. You are clearly trying to make your kid feel guilty here. There's no love here. You're pissed off that she's deciding to go with the Jedi. So what you're doing now is to just basically
manipulate and
put guilt and just make the kid feel terrible in wanting to learn more about the universe of the galaxy.
Yep.
Ah, man,
Explore.
that's just, yeah. All right. So, anyways,
So then she's okay. I'm gonna.
She's got a little book.
Burn your book, your diary.
No. The sister comes and says here, what are you gonna do about it? I want to go. You know what I'm gonna do about it? I'm gonna kill you. Whoa, that went from 0 to like real fast. Anyway, she locks her there. Her sister
then lights Stone on fire.
Stone catches on fire real fast. Parrot, you can say that twice.
Like, okay, fire in space. That doesn't exist.
They don't know the concept of fire and how it works.
No, they don't know. They're just like, fire's magic. It kills things. That's all I know about it. I've never actually seen it in real life. My parents sheltered me, and I wasn't allowed to look at fire when I was a kid because it would kill me, and that's what it does. Fire destroys, right? That's metal and stone.
Okay, so
what the f***?
How does fire engulf that fast with stone, cement?
Again, they painted their walls with gasoline or alcohol or something, and it's
magic.
Or
it's magic.
This is just
it's the thread. It's a thread.
No, this is the most meta joke. Of course, it burnt down, Elvin. It's just a TV set. It's not real stone. Some 14-year-old built it on a stage, so it's made of paper mache. Of course, it lights on fire. Dummy.
No sprinklers. No extinguishers. I mean, this is a futuristic tech, obviously built in, because she finds a hole in the wall.
Yeah,
is this supposed to be a laundry chute?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, laundry chute, right? So, okay.
Yep.
So she basically figures how to open this thing up.
Yep.
In 2
More
seconds.
rock is burning behind her. She better run. And then she just walks
even
around.
The tunnel's made out of rock, so you better move fast.
But you gotta move fast. That the rock will catch on fire. And then she just looks down and everyone's dead. So,
but they're conveniently lying down next to each other.
They're just having a nap.
It looked like a giant nap. And then they have this scene where Squid Game's Jedi comes and saves one of them, not the other, because you need to know this. Because you might not remember that they are still alive in the future. So you need to see that.
Yeah, in case we forgot from the last 2 episodes where that was the entire premise of the goddamn show.
Yeah. So one would think that because this bridge is snapped in half, that there's a giant boulder that fell through and killed everybody below, right?
So, you know what this episode
is? Sorry, yeah, you're saying?
This episode should have been a flashback in a fever dream, like where it just shows like, here's corpses on the ground, here's my mother, here's the coven, and like her having a nightmare and like remembering all of this, because that would have given us this same amount of information. Because like we just see, oh, there's dead people, why do they die, how do they die? No, you're not going to tell us that. Okay. But if it was like in like a nightmare flashback, then it would be like, oh, cool, more intrigue and more suspense. But now it's just like, wait, you explained everything to me and I still don't know what the fuck is going on.
This explosion,
it's from more rocks. That's a rock explosion. I recognize a rock explosion at any time. That's when
so
fire
people on the internet.
Rock.
People are on the internet because everyone's asking like, how do they all die all at the same place, right? There's no rubbles, there's no actual foundation falling on them. How do they all die? So people are saying that this explosion caused them to die. They're on the other side of this hole here. How did this explosion here, with no fragments, anything, kill everybody inside this other room here all together? Maybe a couple.
It was a nuke.
You can have maybe about.
They died of radiation poisoning.
You can have 3 or 4 of them die, but the whole group of like 25 of them.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
No, there was an explosion because rocks were on fire. Then everyone died. The end. Like that's.
So he saves one of them.
Yeah.
And then they see mother. There's no blood. There's no blood. There's no rubbles on her. No broken bones. No damage to her. Nothing. They're just lying on the ground having a nap. And the whole place goes on fire because
rock fire.
cement, catches real fast.
Rock touched fire, so then it
Yeah,
lights on fire.
the mountain's gonna go on fire too. Now there's no volcano. I would have preferred a volcano eruption for God's sakes.
That'd been cool,
right?
You know what that is? That's fire rock. That's lava. That makes sense.
But nope, we don't get that. And then we see her.
See, like if that had all been a fever dream, this should have been a flashback. This entire episode.
It's not a dream; it's a nightmare.
It should have been a nightmare. Yeah.
So here they are. We wake her up, and she's just like, "I don't know what happened, Mama." And then
everyone like, you know is dead's. Don't worry, kid. We'll protect.
Don't worry, you are with the Jedi now. And then then we see her. She somehow magically escapes with no broken arm. She fell from a ledge down to a rocky area.
She fell into a spider thread web,
and she had no cuts, no broken bones, nothing. And
she called upon all of the little butterflies that we saw in the beginning of the episode to carry her down. Yep.
And that is it, folks. That is episode 3.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Maybe. Yeah, it was probably poisoning from the rock fire, because rocks, when they're on fire, they release a noxious fumes.
There you go.
That's everybody knows that.
When I watched the first time on Tuesday, I had dinner just before I watched it and
vomited violently.
I seriously thought I was getting food poisoning. Like I was gonna go to the wife and say, what was in this food? Because I felt sick to my stomach watching this. And I'm not trying to like be sarcastic.
Shit on your wife's
no, that's for sure. I don't want to do that. I just like, what did I watch? Like I expected to be bad, but I did not expect this to be that bad.
No. Dude, I watched it last night after I finished streaming, and I was kind of drunk, which is like prime like mindset to just be like, I'm gonna have fun watching Star Wars.
You'll be swayed, right? You'll be swayed, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, whatever. I wouldn't be looking too deep into it. And I was just sitting there just going like, this is shit, this is garbage. What the hell are they doing? What do you mean this is on fire? Like,
I was definitely poisoned, but it wasn't food. It was content.
Yeah, it was an oral and visual poisoning.
It just Leslie is not a good writer or a good director based on these 3 episodes, in my opinion. And this 3rd episode really affirms it, in my opinion. She tried to, let's not beat around the bush here. She is a lesbian herself. She's married to one of the actors in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somewhere she thought that her life story or her growing up experiences should be portrayed on this TV show. It's okay to show and elaborate and enlighten people about others' trials and tribulations, which is how we learn as a society. But I think you shouldn't be picking this show as your way of storytelling, because it doesn't work, because it's got you know what? You're right. It could have worked if you took the time to write it properly.
I think none of those were necessarily what is wrong with the episode. Like having an all-female witch coven on a desolate planet that is a different sect of like the witches. It's like, all right, that's cool. That makes sense.
But it's like, the implementation of all of their beliefs and their way of life is what they didn't do a good job of portraying and making us believe it.
They started a sentence that was like, all right, that's a cool sentence. And then they're just like, I forgot how to fucking speak now. And then they just talked like pig Latin the rest. And it's just like, I haven't, what do you mean?
They literally contradict each other or themselves within a minute.
30 seconds and then 20 seconds and then 20 minutes later, it's just constantly contradicting something that was verbally spoken out loud in front of people.
There was an interview, I think it was Kathleen Kennedy or Leslie, I can't remember the two. And there was also people online echoing their thoughts. They want Star Wars to be not about good or bad.
Sure.
I have a problem with that. If if we have gray, how do we know when something is done right and something is done wrong? We already have a lot of gray in society right now, which is a lot of the problems we have right now. I'm not gonna get into all this, but we need good. We need bad.
Yeah.
We need to define some of that at times. It's okay to have anti-heroes and all that stuff. That's fine, but you gotta at some point have good and versus bad.
Yeah, and I think
And
that's getting to the point, but, like,
the Jedi have been this show, all it's trying to do is make the Jedi look bad.
yeah.
I don't know what they did to them. What did the Jedi do to you? They didn't take you to Coruscant and train you. Come on,
Mhm.
Leslie. Anyways, so let's get into it here. Unless you have anything else to add.
No.
Okay. What is your score, sir?
3
Is that your lowest score ever?
of lowest?
Any yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure I gave, Ahsoka a 2 at points,
What
I
about
think.
Willow?
Willow, it was constant, like, I think I gave it a 1.
Really? I thought you gave
I
Willow
don't remember.
2s.
I might have given it some 2s. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've given 2s before.
Unfortunately, this is gonna be my lowest score ever. I'm gonna give this show or this episode a 1 out of 10.
Yeah. It
It
was a
is
horrible episode.
it is a bad show. But come on, I spoke about this show months before we had this on the show, and I looked at Leslie's resume, and you did too. You pointed out
Mhm.
that she did something good. But my point was
Sci-fi.
when you have a row of duds like Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, all
Mhm.
these, and even before that, you had Boba Fett, which not that good. You
Yeah.
also had the last season of Mandalorian, not that good.
Mhm.
Uh, why would you take another massive risk with someone who's unknown, who doesn't have the experience?
I
Star Wars
don't
is
think that they're taking a huge risk. I think just nobody else wants to touch this anymore.
no, that's not true. That's the speculation, though, right? I mean, that's not true. That's not true. We don't know that for a fact. You
Hmm.
might be right. You might not be right. What I'm saying is, as a Disney executive, when you see slump in sales and ratings, why would you say, you know what, let's double down, let's get some more unknown people in here and do these shows and spend $180 million
Yeah.
doing it? So I would, as a boss, as an executive, I would be like, hold the phone here. We cannot do this anymore. We're getting destroyed right now. We need to bring somebody in who can like, why not bring the guy from Andor? I'm just saying. I don't know if he would agree. I'm not saying he would agree or not. He did the one thing that a lot of these shows didn't do, made it somewhat successful. I did not like it, but I'm not going to sit here and say a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah.
It got good results. You yourself loved it. Chris loved it. And the ratings were good. The views were good.
Yep.
So why not say, hey, we got somebody here who knows what they're doing. Let's go bring his writing staff in. Let's go bring him in or something, because let's catch this lightning in the bottle and spread it to the other shows. That's
Well, I mean,
what
he is making the next season.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, like, you can go and get his writers,
Yeah.
that team, right? You don't have to get him. He might say, no, I'm not. I'm just going to do Andor because that's my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's my talented staff of writers, or there might be just a few of them. I don't know, but let's go get them.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. Why don't you get staff writers for
Successful
the
shows? And
universe?
they have more than just. They have more. They have guys from X-Men. They have from other shows at Disney Plus that are good. Go pluck a few of those here and there. Yeah. Talent is talent.
Yep.
And here we are, 3 episodes in, one of the lowest rated of all time. And I don't know if this has it to get out of this giant V-shaped crater hole that they put themselves in. I don't know if they have it. I don't think so. The damage is done so bad. You had people like Star Wars Theory, who's a massive Star Wars fan, has over 1 million subscribers, who was just stunned of how bad this episode was. And he's generally been a positive type of guy who's, for the longest time, took the shit that they were giving and said, you know what, there might be some hope here. Let's just give it some more time. Well, he's done that now. He's past that now. He's like, nope, not doing that anymore. And it's not just him. There's so many other prominent reviewers who are just saying, how can this be okayed with? People watched this in the executive rooms before this was given to the audiences.
Yeah, and they were like, "Yep, all right, print it. Looks
Captain's
good."
Special case, like, this is awesome. It's so moving.
Yeah.
Ah, my God, this is just so bad. I feel terrible for the generation to come who are gonna just not see any beautiful Star Wars stuff.
Only 5 more episodes left.
5?
Yeah, there's
I thought it was
8.
only 6 total.
I thought it was 8.
Don't check that. Please tell me 6. Please, for the love of God. Please.
What the hell is this show called?
Echo shits.
Episode counts. There is going to be
Oh no.
8.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Would you have been okay with 4 1-hour episodes?
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. Stop stretching this shit out and giving me bullshit episodes. Again, this could have been in a flashback and it would have gone over better, because then you wouldn't have had to pad it for 30 minutes when you only had. And also, too, this entire episode was literally telling us shit we already knew. They're like, yo, something bad happened. And the Jedi.
But it didn't. But that's the thing. It didn't even go to. It didn't.
It didn't give us any more information. They just literally explained. It's like when you need a 500-word essay and then you just go to like thesaurus.com and you take your words and be like, hey, how can I make this word into 5 words? And you're just saying the same thing. Like, all we knew was something bad happened. There was moms, Coven and her sister died, and the 4 Jedi were there. And what happened this episode? There was a witch coven, their moms, and the witch and the Jedi were there, and somebody died. And it's like, we don't know how died. We now know. Okay, no. This show did give us one tidbit of information. Rocks can light on fire. That's the only thing we learned.
30 minutes went by, and you did not get anything that you didn't get in episode 1 and 2. That is correct. Terrible.
Yeah.
It is just god awful to do that.
Like,
we still don't know why dude drank the vial and killed himself.
No. I understand that. Like, that's again, it's going back to Kurosawa films, and it's being more like this kind of samurai movies where he became a silent monk, and for the guilt of something that happened, still don't know what that is. And so then it was that was him committing seppuku.
But I would have loved to see in this episode why he did it.
Sure. Or like what horrible atrocities he did. Like, did he skin somebody's like mom in front of them? Like, then sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I was a bit of a shithead. Maybe I should.
People are like, oh, wait till episode 4. They're gonna explain everything. They're gonna explain why those people were dead.
Yeah, they should have done that in the episode where we watched them die.
Why not do it in this episode?
Yeah.
It would have been more moving if you did it in this episode than the next one.
Yeah, all you're doing is now making everyone mad because now we're confused, or we're either confused, which you didn't give us any information to let us know that we weren't going to, like, as far as we know now, we're done with that story. So now we're mad because we're like, well, I don't know what happened. So either they're dumb, or they're either bad writers, or they're just bad writers regardless.
No, they're bad. Yeah, you're right. There's no excuse.
It was poorly written either because it didn't explain that they were going to explain it later, or they should have just explained it when they showed us.
Whether they're going to explain this in the next episode or beyond, it doesn't matter. This episode was terrible in all aspects, writing, directing, and even the way they did the camera, the angles, everything. It was just terrible. I did not care. It was CW all day long.
Yeah.
So whether they fix it or provide reasons, nobody cares. People are still going to talk about this episode as being a giant dumpster fire.
Yeah. No, giant rock fire.
Rock dumpster mountain fire.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No boulder fire.
Oh. I was, I saw, because I watched a lot of the YouTubers out there. There was a video of Yoda talking about the Force with Luke. Do you remember that moment?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a tear in my eye because it was
Binds
magical.
us.
It was just it was so
Us.
and then the score in the background, the
Mm-hmm.
violin. I was just like, this is art.
I didn't actually. Now that you mention that, I don't remember there even being music in this episode at all.
Nobody
I don't
cared.
remember the music from any of this. I remember the music.
I've had some people say in episode 1 and 2 of this show they did like the score. I did see that.
Who did the score for it? I know Kevin Kiner didn't do it.
But you're right, though. I don't remember any of it. So, but there are people that said that they don't like the score from the first 2 episodes. I didn't hear anything about the third one.
Yeah.
But if you don't
cool.
know what
you can buy the Power of Two song on iTunes.
Okay, I still don't understand what that means.
The Power of Two become one. I mean, it's the poem that they were saying in the beginning. And yeah, I don't understand it. Again, it's kind of like hearkening back to the Sith code, which again, if this is 200 years, like again, they started cool sentences. Then they piqued my interest and they're just like, hey, this is cool. And I'm like, all right, that'd be cool. And then yeah, it's by the Spice Girls. What I really, really want, what I really, really want is better writing.
Okay.
Zig, zig,
what you really, really, really want.
Yeah. If you want to be my writer, you got to go to school for it.
You got to be Leslie's friend.
Got to be Leslie's
Her
friend.
friendship never ends.
Well, this ended in a way.
I want a T-shirt now.
Spice
Cream.
Spice Cream. That's pretty good.
We should make a T-shirt.
We should.
Spice cream. You get
That's
one
good old heroin ice cream. Goes down hot.
Anything else you want to add today?
Damn
you, Chris! You weaseled your way out of this episode. He was smart. He's like, nope, I'm not touching that. I'm gonna go.
I'm getting blackout drunk and I'm forgetting this episode. I'm gonna go get some heroin ice cream right now so that I can try and get rid of the memory of this episode.
Honestly, people, I think we picked the wrong show to talk about. We should have talked about Dark Matter because that show is great. I implore you to check it out if you haven't. It's a great sci-fi thriller show. I am having a great time watching it. Last night's episode was just phenomenal. It's just been great episodes after episodes. It's not enough people are talking about the show, unfortunately, which is kind of the thing with Apple. You know, like Silo wasn't getting the huge treatment that it deserved. And you know, the only one that really, well, it wasn't even Apple, it was Amazon. Fallout was great.
Yeah,
but yeah, I noticed that a lot of Apple's TV shows don't get a huge audience. People are not raving about.
That's because they make phones. They don't give a shit. They're not like, oh
no. I don't see people reviewing them and saying they're great, which is unfortunate
because it's a fairly new streaming service. So
yeah,
they don't have a huge back catalog.
Yeah, if you have an Android user, I mean, you can still buy an Apple subscription. It's not expensive. Is it? What is it? $6.99 Canadian?
That's still pretty expensive for.
Well, compared to what Disney's charging now, $15.99 Canadian,
or $2 with ads,
or Amazon with no ads, but there is ads.
No, there's
ads. There's an ad to tell you that there's no ads.
Yeah, this program was brought to you ad-free by our friends over at Mint Mobile or some shit. So now watch a unskippable minute ad as we gaslight you to tell you we're not showing you ads, motherfuckers.
Add it to the list of all the other streaming services, or you just go to a friend's house.
Yeah, watch it at a friend's
and not have any of those streams.
You still get ads, but at least there's boobs in them a lot of the time.
Anime.
Yeah.
I think that's it for today, right? Yeah,
that's about it.
We can't go anymore. We can't stomach any more of this. It was an ordeal for us to get into this conversation. I literally am sick about talking about this. I don't want to talk about it anymore, but we do have.
I hope that the next couple episodes do get better, and it'll be good because you can completely just skip this episode.
You don't have to watch this episode at all.
No, like I'm saying, if the next few episodes are good, then I'll probably enjoy rewatching this. I'll just skip this episode because again, they just tell you. They already told you all of this that happened today. Anyway,
I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's not gonna get that good.
It's probably not gonna.
But hey, next week's another week, right? So
yep,
we are back next week, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on Thursdays. I myself, Justin, Chris will be here. We'll do another take of this show and other things. We'll talk about some stuff in Hollywood. We have a Monday show with about collectibles and things like that. So if you're interested, join me and my buddy D at 8 p.m. Pacific time Monday. So check that out.
You can listen to him lie about watching Evil Dead. Right, guys.
Once again, I apologize to everybody. I will watch it. I will watch it. Evil Dead is going to be on my list to watch.
Right.
I just need all of you guys to remind me. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. It's our fault. Speaking of gaslighting.
Damn straight it is. And I'm sticking to that. All right, everybody. Have a good night.